Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up the series on the 4th of September 1956, and you can see that the harvest is well underway, which is really good. The only downside is this silo is probably not going to be finished for this season, which is a little bit unfortunate. But before we get into the actual gameplay, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. Now, one comment I did get, which I do want to talk a little bit about, is related to the fact that I'm putting buildings out here that provide their own heating. And the reason for it is the fact that the sheer distance that I'm building this new coal town away from the starter town, especially as the fact at the moment I've got no snow plows. So what I'm opting to do is put in these buildings here, which will provide an element of self-heating, so that once I've got the shop built and the gas station, which is here, and of course the fire station and a few other basic pieces of accommodation, we can get a population out here that most importantly will provide the fire cover. Because one of the problems you get, well, especially when building at range like this and you're investing a lot of time and effort in building up a new town, is that you're okay until you lay the power in. And then what quite often will happen then is you get key buildings suddenly burning down, because fire is a random element. So what I'm opting for is to send residents out here into these houses which are self-heating. And as they pointed out in the comment, shops and that need heating. But what you can do is bend the rules by a certain amount. A lot of shops that even, or schools that need heating, will go by without any heating. It's just that you get a certain loss of efficiency. And of course, as they pointed out, there's also, when you've got this, you've got a risk of pollution. So this isn't a sustainable solution. This is really a starter solution. And the thing is, if you choose the right buildings, if I come back over here and if I come into here and click here, click residential, you see that a lot of these buildings, if you put them within range of a heat exchanger, you'll see that they do contain the water tanks, which allow them to switch to normal heating later on. I think there's only one or two buildings like the village street here who won't accept heating, but really buildings like this are really for like a cosmetic effect. So there's a way you can get the best of both worlds. But the comment about the fact that this isn't a sustainable city without proper heating is correct, but you can actually develop this out if you with a little bit of care. Now, one thing I do want to do is we're now in a position where I can start putting that there. Just notice this. Oh, I've built an asphalt road here. Okay, what's up with this road then? Mechanism stopped asphalt. Well, what I could do is just add you and finish it off. There's no point cancelling it. So just finish that road off there. Well, eventually I'm going to have to asphalt these roads anyway, so is there any other roads I need built out here? This is okay, this is okay. And the other thing also I've noticed when I was just checking prior to starting the video is these roads out here and footpaths haven't been picked up because we're way beyond the range of the auto detect. No construction, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is just put these in here as well. I mean it's going to be a slow burn build. We'll just push the speed up again as well, because I still haven't finished this, because what I'm effectively trying to do at the moment is get all my resources into getting this silo, because the problem I got here is I greatly underestimated the amount of concrete this silo needs. You can see all it needs is concrete. So at the moment we've got a few workers in here, but once I think these concrete mixers only deliver about 3 tons, so it's going to take a little while to get this in. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is restrict this construction office so that all the concrete production is going to here, because I would really like to get this finished. But of course at the same time we've got this area out here. But you can see that what I don't really want is to trigger any of these buildings that will divert concrete away from that area there. I think we're okay with the small transformers. It's just they need mechanisms because I think all my mechanisms are over here, I think. So of course we're going into winter, so life's going to slow up a little bit. At the moment I've got see, I'm exporting. Let me just, it'd be easier to show you this way. At the moment I'm exporting both fuel and food because we've got the crops coming in, and what I really need to do is kind of just keep making the space here, especially if this silo isn't going to be ready. Once this silo is ready, that will change the whole dimension completely. So we've got everything going quite well. Right, these are finished. And what I need to do now is what fields of this. This is 10, 11, and 12. We need to get rid of farmland 10, 11, and well, we might better get away with just these. No, we need 4. So where's 12? And just add you in 2, 3. Can't assign any more buildings. How are you? Right, you need to come out medium 10, 11, and 12 as well. There's 10 and 11, 12, because I want the maximum number of trucks. One's already assigned, so we can get that one in, that one in, but we can't get those in. I mean, are you guys ready to be? Yeah, you're ready to harvest, so you're finished. Fields 8 and 9 are finished as well by the look of it. So I can take out this is farmland 8 and 9. Just take this out. It's 8 and 9. Oops, I've just taken out another field, which and we need to. Okay, you're already assigned. Already assigned. I think that was the one that I dropped by accident. I think we can probably put in. I think we've got all the coverage for this one. Probably put you back in again. You're 8 and 9 as well. What we'll do is we'll just take this out. Farmland. There's 8 and 9 there. Yes, because it. What that should do is ensure. Maximum. I mean, we're down to 95 tons, but we're not just. The concrete's just not flowing in fast enough. We're just going to have to try and keep using up the crops as much as possible. We've still got spare capacity there as well. How's the main silo? I suppose this is probably full. No. Got spare capacity as well. Make sure everybody is on 90%. Yep. So that's running quite well. Population-wise, we're up to 1,322. So the population has grown. We've still got problems with escapes, but I think that's just down to the fact that we've got low levels of population. We probably find we've got people moving into here now. So again, we're gonna, just for this winter, we're gonna have to relocate a few people. Look at this lot. Certainly don't want you lot in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you're gonna. Of course, that means that my original plan here of moving workers up to here is well a little bit adrift. So, well, it looks like we may need another accommodation block already. Now, I mean, I've got some space here. So, and returning back to the local pollution theme is that if you want to keep the pollution down, what you need to do is just make sure these are all kind of spaced out a little bit. Yeah, we're probably gonna. It's probably because we got a little bit of probably Now we've got some spare capacity there. We've got a little bit of issue with workers there. As some of you pointed out in the last video, I made a bit of a mistake here. I thought I was turning off the heating. I actually turned off the steel plant. Actually, we've got a bit of a surplus of steel in here at the moment. Is there any jobs that I can do that doesn't need gravel? It'd be nice to start back building these. These don't need, as far as I know, these don't need concrete, do they? These just need steel and mechanical components. It'd be really nice to build this out. Yeah, I think what we'll do is any other conveyors here that could be used. I mean, we've got a lot of, yeah, I think I've got the spare capacity, so I'm going to build the tower and get one of these in as well, because we've got the components here as well. Got 5 tons of mechanical components, because if I can build out to here and get this built, it means that eventually once we get the dumpers coming in, we can start making this a little bit more efficient, although this mine's always going to deliver directly, because otherwise the trucks will come out here. But and of course we've got a gas station out here as well, which eventually we will bring online, because that will, although this one small gas station here is still kind of holding up its own. Yeah, I think we can do that. The other thing I'm also looking at is this area here, but I think I mentioned in the previous video, I need to sort out this storage issue, which then ties back to my big story. We're down to 60, so we're down to 84 tons. You can see I've got all my concrete mixers delivering here. It's just, I just need to get that regular supply, and if you watched, I think these drop off about kind of 2 or 3 tons, I think. I can't remember how much these things carry. I mean, they don't carry a lot, unfortunately. And of course, the other big objective I've got out here is trying to get this thing finished. But of course, it's gravel and it's mechanisms. So let me just see. So I think this part may be just grinding out a few things, just trying to get things working. We've got a tiny construction office, high voltage, farmlands, small transformer. Where are you then? Oh, you're building out here. Got an unfinished road somewhere. Oh yeah, we've got the boys out here now. Some way, what I really need to do possibly is consider moving these to the road crew now, because we are moving towards a point where we can use these over here. The only problem I've got is to move these from, to move that unit from there to here. I will probably need to use an open hole. I mean, although truthfully, I'm just gonna have a quick look. How much did it cost me? I mean, they're only 569. I think. I mean, these are the only downside with these is that they have to be moved with an open hole truck. But then again, we're in 1956. I'm pretty sure that we're getting pretty close now to being getting access to a paver. In fact, I think I'll just have a, and so is it going to be worth buying one of those? Because of course, once I got the paver, we'll get the paver delivered to the road crew, and then that paver will then be used to start asphalting some of these roads, and that's going to be quite a big project, and it's something I'm going to need to do as soon as I have got access to the paver, simply because eventually we're going to need a bit more speed on these roads. But of course, the other thing I'm also hoping for is a access to snowplows. Snowplows are going to make a difference. So thank you. We got I haven't checked my. No. Okay, I'm just gonna delete all these messages. I want to double check that somehow whether a snowplow hasn't sneaked in. No. But because we're in 1956, technically we've got what, well, 3 years to go. before we start getting the vehicles which would be applicable in the what we call it, the the 1960 start. Sorry, brain faded a little bit. I am recording this very early in the morning just to try and avoid the heat that's currently still lingering in the UK. It's not as hot as it has been, but the problem more now isn't so much the heat, it's more the humidity. So I think these might still be growing, but we are now starting to pick up crops from here, from these fields. I mean, most of the fields over here now are virtually empty. We've got 704 tons in there, got 383 tons in there, 600 tons in there. Okay, so we're not doing too bad. I mean, I'd love to start designing this area. In fact, I'll just talk about what I'm probably going to be doing out here. I can't really place anything because we don't have the ability to level at the moment until we get out some trucks out here. But what I'm thinking is I want to relocate this coal mine, and then if I come in here, we've got been looking at this. I think if I move this coal mine over a little bit and drop the efficiency down, or possibly take it up this way a little bit, and then we'll have another coal mine here, and then probably around here, oops, I'm thinking a large aggregate store for the output of the coal ore. And so effectively what we're going to be doing is building out this way, and then I'm thinking 2 coal ore processing plants over here. Thank you, game. I mean, if I go this, it just says you need a free excavator, and then of course what we'll have is a large aggregate store. And again, I would like to possibly put space for 2 large aggregate stores in here, and then we're looking at possibly a power station, which I'm considering putting up somewhere around here, but you can see I'm gonna have to level this through. Now the problem is either that or it's going to have to be over here, because it needs to be close enough to the town so the workers can get there, but at the same time it's got to be far enough away to avoid that horrible pollution. And we could probably put the coal power station out here. I think that would be it. If we build the town that way, so say we put the coal-fired power station here. The other thing I would also like to get is where's the brickworks? Is actually a proper brickworks. I'm not sure if it's where is it? Proper brick factory out here as well, because all bricks need is coal. And the idea is that this will be my primary brick production area probably for most of the map, because bricks is one of those odd things that you need, but you don't need vast quantities of. And I've found generally that 1, possibly 2 brick factories is enough to drive over the whole map. A heating problem somewhere. Yeah, it's the doctor's office again, see, because what the problem is this is not producing the heat. In fact, what I need is for this guy, I've kind of slipped up a little bit here. Change depots, go there. We need to start shipping up the logs from, I think what we'll do is these guys we'll probably bring the logs up from here, because we're getting a lot more log production in this area, and then we'll keep pushing the heating into here, because you can see that at the moment this just doesn't seem to be particularly that efficient. I mean, I could shut down the board production here, but I think if I can get the log supplies from here, you see we've got 330 tons of logs in here. So let's get this guy, just get him on the logs, load log. wood. No, I keep calling it logs because it looks like logs. And we're just going to unload there. I mean, I don't really want to shut this down too much, but what I could do is, because we're kind of still exporting and we got a little bit of cash, maybe as the wood exports, what we're going to do is just switch that off for the moment. We'll just let this build up for other purposes. So yeah, we've got this set to 13 tons at the moment. I'm going to increase that to, no, we'll keep it at 13 tons for the moment. And then we'll just use we're just going to produce boards for local supply at the moment. And then, because I think we can afford to lose the income from board production. It's only producing at that 1600. Moment we're still going quite well here. We're actually harvesting all these fields now. Problem is, are we going to be able to store it? It's going to be a bit of a close run thing. What I'm going to do is, in preparation, medium field 3. Where's medium field 6? Over here. Okay. I'm going to take out medium field 6 on that one, and I'm going to take out farmland medium field here. Where is it? Because we could probably just take out that one on an arbitrary basis. And by leaving a spare capacity here, if we do pull this off, what I can do is quickly add this and see if we can get what we can into here. How are we doing over here? So yeah, I mean, we're kind of still pumping out the Johnny old crops here. Just go over here. Yeah, well, we're building the roads out here, which is good. Look, you can see how quick we're building the footpaths here. I mean, how's the asphalt crew here? These guys are actually struggling a bit. I think what I might do is, if we come here and if I add asphalt, this guy's pickup capability, they can deliver the asphalt to the what we call it, to the road. Not that they've got any available trucks at the moment. How's the heating in the doctor's office now? Yeah, I think we've now improved the heating in the doctor's office. So I think because we're not drawing... Oh, we've got a little bit of people here. Sorry. I'm in there. I'm really going to need to fix this heating pretty quickly. I have been considering possibly moving the board production from here, possibly over here, because we could. Now let me just see. What is this? This is the small carpenter's workshop. So let me just come into. It's modded. It'll be modded, won't it? Be factory. This is the carpenter's work shed. How much are you going to produce? You produce. If I can put that there. Just see, do we have anything else that's actually? Just have a look at this. What is the production of this? How much boards do you produce? I mean, if I'm going to put a new board, you produce 25 tons of boards a year. I think what we can do, let me just make this change then. We put in a, say for example's sake, we put in carpenter's work shed here, like that. Then we'll put a small, and what we call it, in here. Say for argument's sake, we put you there, and then you can come to there. What that means is, what we can do is make this exclusively into producing the logs, and then what you can do is produce bricks and boards. Then eventually when I produce bricks over there, I can shut this down, and then this will become a production center for boards, and then I can effectively take all this down. And then what will happen here is this wood cutting post will exclusively supply the wood to here, which theoretically what I could do then is put another wood cutting post over here, which might improve the overall production. The only downside is that what will happen is that I won't be able to well, sorry, but the only downside is that we'll get less wood from this area. I think what I will do is just put some more pine trees in, so we'll just fill this area in just to make sure it stays fully productive. So if I do that, I think that could be the long-term solution. I was concentrating so much on the heating, I forgot that this guy's draining out all the board supply at the moment. I think if we move the board supply over here, that will make it a bit more efficient. The only downside is this guy may not be in range of... might be. Of course, we got the prefab factory here, which we need to bring online. Actually, I was kind of looking for jobs for this guy, and that we put you on there, we can build this in as well. How are we doing over here with the 2.4 tons? Come on guys, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, this could be our last load. Oh, 1.4 tons. See, at the moment, it's going to be close. It's going to be a very close run thing. I need a concrete mixer. Come on, game. Got one. Here he comes. Because I see the trucks are returning to the depot because they've got nowhere to deliver to. Come. Keep going. No mechas, we've got no workers. Come on, drop the workers in. Come on. Finish it. That done. Yes. That's not a farmland. Oops, they messed up. Unload. Oops. You can see them charging out the... Right, I think we've got away with it. See, all these trucks are going to get out here now just to try and grab some of those lovely crops which are piling up and delivering them to our new I think we get 2,240 tons in there. Now that's built, but there's an option now to get another field in, these two fields in as well. It's going to make a difference. It's going to make a big difference. Okay, now comes something that's a little bit awkward. I would like to build this, but And what jobs have we got here? As we're going into winter, we've got the high voltage construction, a couple of thingy bobs. I'm going to risk this, but it's going to be a little bit shaky. This needs 623, but what we're going to have to do is keep a very strict eye on this. Make sure that it doesn't steal our entire workforce. So, yeah, it needs bricks. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on that. And what I'd like to do is get this built, because we're now in winter, so life is going to be a little bit difficult. So this is going to be a little bit of, you can say, catch-up time now. And you can see that we might just get the remains of these crops in from here. We've only got about a few days left, so we've only got 36 tons in here. Of course, winter's coming. We've got the crews out here. I think what we'll do is just let these guys. And there's a lot of small kind of junctions here, but I think what I'm going to do is we're going to gamble on getting this finished, but we're going to need to watch the workforce very carefully. So he's put 52 people in here. I don't know, can you reduce this even more, the workforce down? So I've taken off mechanisms on construction site. I've reduced the number of workers outside the construction office to 0. But the problem's going to be now is whether they're going to take away all my workers from, like, say, the heating plant and other stuff. So we're just going to have to try and keep an eye on those workers. Because I can't afford for the rest of my, you can say, my economy to shut down just because these guys are working. So we're just going to keep an eye on this. I think it's time to shut down the fuel exports. So I think it's this one, isn't it? Right. Just remove you. Because, yeah, we've lost these crops here. We didn't quite make it. So I think at the moment, with our current capacity with distribution offices, these fields are just about on the limit of what can be sowed and harvested with my current capabilities here. If I got better trucks, I might be able to do it, or something that's a bit faster combined. So that's our limit. But we did get a small amount of crops in here, but we do have a pretty big warehouse, so we can carry on exporting food at the moment to make some money. But I think if we can keep the crews here, see, look, 62 workers. I send so many workers here. Right, we've got to make sure that we're not losing workforce out to here. But I think this is the only way we're going to be able to get this built, is to try and get this in. We need 112 tons of bricks, so bricks is the big issue. How's the heating over here? So the heating plant is kind of trundling along. We've got some boards here. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Right, we're going to need to assign you so that we can get our little paver crew going. Just make sure that I haven't done that. I think what I am good. The problem is the construction crew effectively steals the workforce anyway. Because where are you? Yeah, you're main bus. You're up here. So I think what I'm going to do is just keep an eye on things. As long as it stays around 59 people, we should be okay, because we've got the population for it. We've got a population of workers of 1,455. Okay, looks like some of these people are going to have to get a little bit cold. Fire, where was that? Ooh, that was a bit close. Though we've got a local fire crew out here. Again, we need to keep... See, we've got no workers out here. This is my main concern with this thing. Well, it looks like all the workers have gone anyway, so that's good. If I can get this sorted, what we'll have is, and then shut this down, what we will have is we should then be able to build up enough logs in here during the summer to give a reasonably good supply of heat to this area. Well, that's the theory anyway. Didn't realise how far these guys were cutting out actually. Just put a little bit more wood in this area. I mean, these guys are cutting a lot of logs. The other thing I haven't checked recently is my bitumen. We could export bitumen actually. Okay, we got a tanker here, don't we? Yeah, so we got you a new job. You come here. You pick up from here. Load that. It's gotta be more than 50%, and you can just export the bitumen. We'll take out the fuel for the moment. And what's the going price for bitumen at the moment? Oops. I mean, it's not a bad price, 431. It's actually worth more than fuel. I mean, we're not going to make a vast amount, but it will just keep that economy ticking over quite nicely. What's going on down here? So we've got looks like we've built the power cables out to here. We've now got power out to here. Isn't it? Yep. What's this? Oh, this is electric substation. How is my electronics? I think I'll probably... Yeah, I've got no electronics left now. Who imports the electronics? I think it's you, doesn't it? Right, it's... I think you're the electronics import guy, aren't you? Oh, okay, maybe you're not. Where's my warehouse here? I think what I can do now is we're going to limit the amount here, and we're going to make you the electronics guy. We're going to push up to about 4 tons. We're going to bring you... Right, I've shut this down completely, so what I need is... Where's the distribution office? You are now going to import electronics to here, and then we're going to have to pay for it. You're going to import electronics, and then we'll just keep the electronics there. And of course what we're going to need to do is swap you electronics, now pick up from there. And then, so that means one, we'll have a shorter distance here, bring the electronics in. 2, we can bring that into there. I think, let me see, how's the job going? Oh, we're doing okay at the moment. It's just getting these bricks in. I mean, we need 303 tons of bricks, but I just want to get this building finished. Apologies that I keep repeating myself, but let me just see. Your unfinished conveyor. I think I would like to get that, and that finished. Again, I think this is... It may seem that I'm getting distracted, but I just feel that if I've got more capacity, if I get this fixed, I can fix that, and that will will unlock the potential of Coal Town by fixing the issues here. And I say, like, getting this finished as well. I mean, we've got 197,000 rubles. So we're okay. We've got this being built as well. Probably find that my steel industry's probably suffering a little bit now, because I've used up all the mech components. But you don't need mech components, do you? No. We just need some steel and some bricks. But we're getting a few people moving in now, which means we're going to get escapees because they don't like the cold. So we have to. But I've got nowhere else to put them now. Oh, we've got a little bit of space there. So we can shove them in there. We got some more here, see, the population is starting to mushroom now. Just got a little bit of space there, a little bit of space there. I mean, I could start building another accommodation, but I can't remember how much. I mean, I can't remember how much space this is. See, this is up to 87 now. That's making me a little bit twitchy because we're not really getting the bricks in here, and I'm just worried about that it's going to take all my workforce away from here. Just keep an eye on the workforce. The steel mill's okay. Got you there. We still need to keep the workforce going in there because you need boards and gravel, so that should get this up and running pretty quickly. And then we need a little bit of stuff here as well. And of course we've got the perennial problem with the thing, although strictly speaking this should just need the roller now. Roller. Where are you? Where are you, roller? Wait, why aren't you moving? Probably because my truck's out delivering somewhere. Where are you? Yeah, he's just done a delivery, so he's got to come all the way back again. But that means he's probably delivered a bulldozer out to here. Probably the bulldozer's finished the job before he's got back to where he's going to go. We'll leave these roads to the summer. I mean, we're going to need to plan a power line in here as well. Let's get back to so. Oh, the other thing I need to do, something else I've forgotten to do. Load, unload, load. You need to keep my various organ crops and that supplied. And of course the rule is the same as last time. As long as we've got crops in here, and of course in here now, this won't last long, we can export food. But as soon as we get to the point where that's empty, so we're running on these stocks, we're gonna have to call things there. We've got 2 tons of there. Let me just check the unload on here. I think we're going to take that to 90%. And we got this here, but this is concrete, steel, and asphalt. So that doesn't mean it needs bricks. Just come here. Although we've got factory connections. I think I'd rather get this built first. So this just needs boards and gravel, and this needs asphalt. Because again, this area here is low priority. So yeah, stop production. Okay, I know it's tough. Okay. How are you doing? Yeah, you've got no heating, so we're gonna lose a few people. I don't think there's much I can do about it. I mean, we are grinding very slowly through this building, so there's a possibility we may not finish this through the winter, which is a little bit annoying. I think I'd just rather get this done otherwise it's never going to get finished. Because you look here with the fact I'm going to need 284 tons of bricks, 77 tons of steel, and 164 tons of boards. So this isn't, you are talking quite serious capabilities. Yeah, so, and this is coming along quite nicely. These guys, yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a delivery issue at the moment because of the, again, because it's winter, but there's not much I can do about that. Overall, we lost a bit of money there. We made 9,000 last month. Over the year, we made 2,000, 3,000. Well, we're making a bit of profit now. Heating problem, yes, I know. Kindergarten heating too low. I mean, if I'm completely honest, if we lose some of this population, I'm not that upset because the population is starting to kind of run away with us now. I mean, generally happiness is holding up. The problem's going to be health, because that is going to be one of the big issues if we come into here. You see the health here is 58%, 65%, 69%, 75%, but that's because we're in winter and these buildings aren't, yeah, we've got a bit of a few issues. I think what I'm a bit tempted to do, we got some money. I'm kind of thinking that maybe if I put an ambulance into the doctor's surgery. We've only got the 2 ambulances here. I think I will flash out a tiny amount of cash we're going to buy an ambulance if we can buy one. One passenger. Yeah, I think we'll do that, and we'll just assign you to the doctor's surgery. I think we're at a point now where I think I just need to do that. And oh, we're getting there. Just still a little bit worried about that level of workers in there, but we are holding up here. We got coal, we got that going there. This is probably nope. Why are you? I think what might have happened is that, let's make sure. Yeah, I think probably what happened is that they picked up from here and unloaded to there. So we'll check this. Load 0%, 0%, 0%. And unload to crop fuel. Oh, made a bit of a mistake there. Yep. I'm sure some of you spotted my deliberate mistake. So I've kind of drained out the there. Yep, I forgot that I only had the one silo, so I only had to do it to 2 here. So what that should do is these guys should start picking up. We've got a new vehicle at last. What we got here? It looks like it's a bus. It's a ZIL 158. I don't think there's any other any other vehicles sneak by. Well, it's not looking. No. What we got? We got another vehicle came in, but that looked a little bit like that is a rail truck by look wagon by look of it. We've got a new bus. Let's just check that out. Got here. Can't remember which one it was now. What was it? Quick look. We got the ZIL 158. This one here. Got 60 passengers, so it's got a bit more carry capacity. This could be quite useful for getting workers, or not maybe workers or residents or construction workers out to here. Alright, we've now got this built. That. I'm aware time is pushing on, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to move out an excavator out to here until the snow goes, because it's just going to be a bit pointless. Well, I could send one out here actually. Have I got an excavator doing nothing? Because if my excavators are busy, I'd rather them working here. We've got one here. Though to be honest, I'd rather have these excavators kind of working up here. We've got 195,000. How much would the cost of another excavator will be? Let's see. Yeah, it's going to cost me 8,000. And okay, we're going to buy you, and I'm just going to send you out to here so that you'll be in position ready to help me with the planning when the snow clears and I can actually see what I'm doing. And then we can start planning out. That means we can then redo this coal mine, plan the other coal mine, and then start planning in our coal industry here and see if we can get a few things to go. I think probably at a point now where you don't need bricks. You need a little bit of electronics and bits and pieces. We're just going to come back here and check the job list. All kind of coming along quite well. But I think what we'll do is I'm just going to allocate you and you so that we can kind of skip over this gap here. Because if we're going to run power lines out here, we're going to have to run power lines right through to somewhere around here where we're going to have to put a substation. But I really need to plan this area first, because the substation is going to have to be within range of this fire station. I can't put a splitter substation in here because it would just burn down. What was that? Citizens' health is too low. Right, this corner one isn't doesn't, the old corner block doesn't, it has a heat issue. Okay, so I made a mistake by putting people in here, but that's okay. We're going to fix the heating for next winter. Yeah, so the old corner block isn't really isn't one of the buildings that's self-heating, which is my mistake, but that's the way it goes. But the Jade buildings are good. This is a Jade 4-story. What's stock production? This is going to be the heating plant again, isn't it? You're a lovely thing, aren't you? Okay, how are we doing here? Right, we're down to 253 bricks. Again, the problem's boards. What, 10 tons of... See, the workforce is dropping here. It's because of this building. You see, this building is effectively stealing all my workforce. But again, we're just going to keep it working. Anyway, I've just realised the time. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. What I will do is play on until we're getting close to getting rid of the snow. It'll only be the end of this month. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.